Okay, so finishing off the workout today, you've got some Turkish Get Ups. Now they're a pretty complex movement and they're at the end of the workout. What you don't want to be doing is trying to rush through them. It's not about getting the reps done as fast as possible, it's about getting good reps in, okay? So they're a difficult movement, and if you haven't done them before, then use a shoe, okay? This is going to be the thing that you're going to be lifting rather than a weight. And if you have done them before, just try using a shoe and you can see where you see some of your imbalances and how you're getting on, particularly as you get tight, alright? So what I'm going to do is I'll show you what the movement looks like. I'll then talk you through the movement and then explain a couple of ways to scale that movement back based on if some of it is a bit too complicated or if you're a bit worried about doing the movement. Alright? So I'll show you what it looks like to start off with. So you're going to lie down. I'm going to do it with my right hand. I'll show you what it looks like first. Okay, that is a Turkish Get Up. As you can see, I'm very deliberate with my movements going all the way through, and I'm going through it stage by stage. The whole thing is to keep that weight stacked in the right way, okay? As soon as you start getting away from yourself, it's going to fall off, okay? What you need to think about is keeping your arms straight. The whole thing is keeping the arms straight. If you're doing it like this, you're not doing a Turkish Get Up, because you need to imagine you've got that weight, so you need that weight stacked onto, so you've got a wrist on top of your elbow into the shoulder. When you move up to here, it's your wrist, elbow, shoulder, through the other shoulder and down onto your elbow. Okay? So, starting off, right hand, you've got your right foot flat on the floor, pointing at about 45 degrees. Left hand, flat on the floor, and again, pointing in 45 degrees. You're going to do a sit up and come up onto your elbow. Okay? So you come from lying down onto that elbow, using the abs to do that sit up. My foot's still flat on the floor and my hand is still flat down. I'm looking at my weight the whole time, so looking at the shoe the whole time. I'm then going to come up onto my hand. So again, I've got that weight coming down all the way through into my shoulder and down onto that wrist on the floor. Now, you've gone part the way up. You've come from here, elbow, wrist. Now, if the next movement is too complicated or too much for you, then this is your start of the get up. This is where you go to. It's basically going to be practicing that movement. Okay? Now the next piece is you need to be able to swing your left leg underneath you to have your knee on the floor. So you'll end up in a kneeling position where your left knee is down. And what that looks like is you can bring your hips up to give yourself space for that leg to come under. And again, that weight is stacked from this wrist all the way down through that wrist. So lift the hips up and then bring that knee through. So from that up position, you bring that leg through. And again, that weight, and I'm looking at it, is stacked on top of this hand all the way down through to the floor. So you're from that sitting, hips up, leg through and knee down. And then from there, it's a case of lifting yourself up into that single kneeling position and then bringing that left leg around so I'm in a good position, tucking those toes under to be able to stand up. Then, once you've got to the top, you then need to reverse it all the way back down. So still looking, you're then going to do a reverse lunge back onto that knee, under control. You're then going to put that left hand out and down. So you've got enough space to then bring that left leg through to the bridge. Putting the bum down, down to the elbow, and then down. So I'll show you what that looks like with the left. It's exactly the same, however, on the other side. So whichever hand you've got the weight in, you've got the same leg up. So that foot's at 45 degrees, the hand is at 45 degrees. I'm going to come up to my elbow, to my wrist, and then going to give myself space to bring my knee through, up, tuck the toe behind, lunge it up, and then back down the way we came. A reverse lunge, knee to the floor, hand, bring that leg through, bring it down, onto my elbow, and then back down to flat. Okay, so the scale for this, essentially what this is being able to stand up with a weight. So it's how you would be able to come up from that position. And it's basically a way that has been used for a long time to efficiently be able to stand you up, so you're in a position to then be able to keep moving forwards. It's something that can be used in the military as well. What we're going to do is, if using the shoe and having the arm above you is too much, you can either, so a scale with the shoe, sorry, is going to be, as I said at the start, just doing that sit up and posting to the hand. It may even be that you bring your hips up and then come down and then bring yourself through. So if the movement of pulling that leg through is too much, then you don't need to bring it through, you can just get to there. Now essentially whatever stage you get to that it's too much, just go to that point. So if standing up from a lunge is going to be too much, so I'm getting here, I'm through there. If standing up is going to be too much because your knees are sore or you haven't got the strength, that's fine. You got to there, that's a partial get up, down to your hand, leg through, and back through. Okay? Or the other one is, you get rid of the shoe and you go from being able to stand up in a particular way. So just standing up, basically how you recover from being on your back through to standing up. So if the weight and having a shoe is too much, literally lie down and stand up. That's all it is.